In a small village surrounded by endless green fields, there lived a farmer named William with his two sons, Leo and Noah. William was a calm man who believed in the value of steady hard work more than fancy words. One mild sunny morning, he called his sons to the backyard. In his hand were two small seeds, so ordinary that no one would think they could become anything remarkable. He gave each of them one seed and simply said, "Plant it, take care of it every day, and wait to see what happens." He offered no further explanation and promised no reward. Leo looked at the seed with curious eyes, while Noah quietly nodded. From that moment on, a silent lesson about time and growth began to take root. In the days that followed, Leo and Noah began tending their own small garden plots. Every morning they woke up early, gently loosened the soil, and watered it carefully as their father had instructed. Yet after only a few days, the difference in how they handled waiting became clear. Leo constantly watched the ground, hopping for the smallest sign. Each afternoon he bent down to check, even lightly digging with his hand to see if the seed was still there. The silence of the soil made him restless. Doubt began to grow inside him, followed by impatience and then disappointment. Meanwhile, Noah chose to quietly do his part. He watered the soil steadily, without digging or complaining. For Noah, the task was simple. If you plant a seed, you care for it, and the result will come in its own time. While Leo stared at the ground searching for immediate answers, Noah believed that something was happening underneath that the human eye could not see. After 3 weeks of waiting, the first sign appeared. One morning, Noah shouted with joy when he saw a tiny green sprout pushing through the soil. It was small and delicate, yet unmistakable, like confirmation that his effort had not been wasted. William smiled with satisfaction, while Leo stood there with a heavy feeling in his heart. Leo's plot remained flat and empty, without any visible change. He began to question whether he had done something wrong. Had he watered too little, too much? Or perhaps from the beginning his seed had not been as good as his brother. The quiet comparison grew inside Leo's thoughts, making him feel as though he was falling behind. Time continued to pass. Leo had almost grown used to expecting nothing each time he stepped into the garden. But one early morning, as sunlight touched the dew-covered soil, he suddenly froze. In the middle of the plot he had nearly given up on, a small green shoot was pushing its way upward. Leo rubbed his eyes, his heart beating faster. It had truly sprouted. He called William and Noah to come and see. Both of them saw the young sprout standing firmly in the soil. From that moment, everything began to change. Within just a few weeks, Leo's plant grew powerfully, its stem thick and tall, catching up to Noah's plant and then surpassing it. When both plants had grown noticeably, William called his sons to sit beside the garden. He looked at Leo and then at Noah, speaking in his usual calm voice. "Leo, you planted a mango seed. Noah, you planted an apple seed." The two brothers were stunned. William explained that mango seeds take much longer to sprout because they must build deep and strong roots before rising above the ground. Apple trees grow faster, but they do not become as tall or as large as mango trees. Leo finally understood why he had needed to wait so long. The days that seemed as if nothing was happening were actually the time when the seed was quietly preparing for strong growth later on. From two small seeds, William taught his sons 3 important lessons about life. First, do not compare your journey to someone else. Each person is given a different kind of seed, with a different speed and purpose of growth. Comparison only causes distraction and discouragement. Second, be patient and trust the process. There are stages when nothing seems to be progressing, yet foundations are being built beneath the surface. Lasting value always requires time. Third, remain consistent. The fact that Leo did not completely give up allowed the mango seed to finally grow. Success does not come from temporary emotion, but from steady effort each day, even when results are not yet visible.